lot more fun. Like, it was like, wow, and like everyone was excited to see me, and like it was this thing. I was like, wow, like that feels really good to work hard all week, and then kind of enjoy this weekend, and then I just knew from when I just started working, for some reason, just something clicked in my head that I knew I was made not to work for anybody. I don't know what or how it happened. I just knew I was like, I'm going to start my own business one day. Like, I'm going to have my own thing. Like, well, again, and my job gave me a lot of time by myself. Like, when I was mowing lawns and doing landscaping, like, I had my headphones in, and I had huge headphones over, so I couldn't hear all the loud equipment. And I just had I think a lot of people miss a lot of time with themselves. And I think that's a huge thing. And that's what gave me to become me, because I wasn't influenced by other people. I really got to grow and learn myself and learn to be okay and be myself, because like when I was in high school, I drank and partied. I didn't work out. I had a relationship and ended up being in it for too long and ended up not working out, and I was just being toxic to myself, you know. And then the people I was just using, instead for like realizing like, hey, you're not being healthy and doing these things to yourself, I would go out and hang out with my friends and party. It's a really good way to avoid things that you need to think about and things you need to fix yourself. It's very easy to avoid those things when you're surrounded by people, or you go out and you have fun. So it's just, I was just constantly staying distracted. And once the time I finally stopped being distracted, it was just, I just had time to think to myself, and I really found out who I was. I don't know where it came from. My dad never pushed me to be a business owner. My dad never pushed me to do what he did. He never pushed me anything like that. Finding my own time and being by myself, like, really was the trick. And then when I moved out, I lived on my own for 2.5 years, which I really miss now, because now I have a roommate just for financial reasons. But when I lived on my own for those 2 years, it was the most amazing 2 years of my life. Like, I actually made a whole video about it, like, the living by yourself. Like, I actually didn't have, my friends hated coming over. My friends came over like 3 times because I didn't have a couch or a TV. My whole living room was my office. I made it a giant office, and I put up goal boards and vision boards, and it became all my space for me, and I got to do my own thing. No one could judge me, no one could say anything, you know, no one came over when my house was boring, but I didn't care. It was just totally my space, and I just got time to be creative and just do things. I really found out who I was because I was okay with being alone. I think so many people miss that, and they become so dependent on people, like, especially with friends or people who jump from relationship to relationship. Like, being in a relationship is great, and if you find that significant other that helps you, like a lot of the books I've read of successful people, like they have a wife or a husband, like that significant other pushed them and it really helped them become who they are. So that's a different scenario. But I see a lot of people, they date people for 5 months, and then they're single for a week or two, and then they're dating someone else and dating someone else. They don't know who they are, and they're never going to, because they always feel like they need someone else, or they're always distracting themselves from those issues. So I really felt like, which is really weird, mowing lawns, but just the type of job of being alone and being by myself, I just had time to think. And I started going to the gym. Like, I don't know what made me go to the gym, but I started working out. And then from working out, you started eating healthy. And from eating healthy, your brain starts functioning better. You start listening to more books. And then that's what led to vision boards and things like that. And
just positively fueling
yourself. It just kept going on and on from there. And I just...
That's a great, like, growth story, though. Like, I really like that.
And, I mean, obviously the key, like, the key word of everything now is, like, your mental health. You found that out very early. And as a teacher, this is kind of like the teacher question is, like, when you got into all that stuff, do you think it's because, like, your dad wasn't there? Or do you think it was just, like, one of those, like, I'm just going to do it because my brother...
Or, like, just, like, what influenced you to, like, you know, have all your fun at a young age to the point where, like, when you were older, you were able to, like, focus, you know, you're like, man, I don't want to do all that anymore, you know what I mean?
Well, like, and I saw a lot of my brother made a lot of mistakes, you know, and my brother's actually doing really well now, which is awesome, because his mistakes lasted a lot longer than I did, but I learned and saw a lot of the things he did. And
okay,
I was like, man,
so you had that older
I was like, wow, those outcomes aren't very good. Like, that didn't really work out well for him, and I kind of, you know, when I was young, I didn't realize that I was falling into those things, you know, young, I just did. But then as I got older, and like you can actually start getting in serious trouble and things.
Like in your later teens.
Right. Well, I saw he got kicked out of high school, and he had to go to a military school to finish. And I was like, I don't want to go to military school. You know what I mean? And I saw like a lot of the things, and he ended up getting in a bad space and ended up getting really bad with my family. And so he kind of got exiled from the family for a little bit because of really bad things. And I just saw all that, and I was like, I really learned what not to be, you know, and that may be sometimes just as good as learning what to be. Luckily, my brother did find it out, and he's doing great now.
That's so great.
But for a while, he wasn't, and it was really teaching me pretty much through my high school years of what not to be and what not to do.
So you had an example, like, pretty much an example of like what
like
you don't want to do, and you know, it helped you gear toward
and once you get in that mindset too, it's like you just want more and you want better for yourself, and like it's weird. A lot of the thoughts I have is like for my significant other. Like I'm single. I've been single for like 6 years, really focusing and working on myself, which is great because I get to do what I want when I want.
Yeah.
And right now, and two, that's why I'm hustling so hard. It's like now's my time. Like I have like almost no responsibilities. I don't even have a pet. You know, it's like I could literally be gone. I could be gone for weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't have to come back.
Right.
I don't have a thing. You know, I mean, I'd love to see my dad and my mom and things, but you know, other than that, I don't have kids. I don't have pets. I can really do those things. So it's like it got me to
my
really
husband
want to work
is
hard.
begging me for a dog, like literally begging me, and I'm like, look, we have dogs are harder than babies to me, like
puppies are.
Yeah, but like
I have 2 grown dogs, so I mean
you can't like take them with you everywhere.
You
know,
absolutely
and just like he said, you can't like go on trips and be like, oh, I need to come back and let my dog out. You can't do that.
Then you have to find people to watch. I mean, that's like, granted, my family lives close, so I have someone that can come over, take them out, or just drop them off at the house. Because leaving them at like one of the vet things is expensive. Yeah. And my dogs don't get along with other dogs.
That's another thing. It's also financial, and I'm like, look, I just got so many more goals going on. You think I'm not a dog person, but I love dogs. I just don't want the responsibility of a dog right now.
Yeah, not yet.
You know, like
it's a lot. When I see a lot of people too, like when I hang out with friends or things, when I do things like, oh, I gotta go back. I gotta take my dog out and things, and it's like, and then like I'm you know selfish me. Like my friends like, oh, I gotta go with my girlfriend and stuff. You know, I have none of those things. I'm like, you guys are ruining all the fun. Like, and it's like, you know,
especially with like you doing your business, you have to find someone that is compatible with like. Wherever like where you are, like,
where you're at in life.
That's actually been the hardest part is
you're already so much further than people your age.
Right, and I find a lot. It's really hard to find someone because I need to find someone just as busy as me. Because usually when I do find people, I don't give them enough attention.
They want all your
and attention that they and they deserve attention. I feel, and I always show people like, hey, it's and they deserve that attention, but it's like I just can't offer that right now.
Yeah.
And if they're not busy enough themselves where they can understand that, it'll never work out.
Exactly.
Because I'm always and I tell them, and like to be honest, my business is first to me right now in my life. You know, I mean, besides like my my close family, but like my business comes first. Even like right now before relationship, like that's my baby. Like if I have to miss a dinner because something called for my business, I will.
Oh,
you know, and I'm that's what the point I'm at right now. Hopefully, one day it switches. But I just want to I think about later down my life, like I want to be able, when I do have a family, I want to be able to give them the things that they want, and that's what I'm building a better life for my future. And that's how I think about it because, like I said, the vision board really helps.
I got a question. When did you like start the business? Like what year?
It'll be 3 years this April.
So would you say you're like in the walking stage of like a baby's learning to walk?
Yes.
Like your business is your baby. Your baby's learning to walk.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I'm really not even like. I don't feel legit until 5 years because most businesses fail under 5 years.
Right.
So just making it to 5 years is a big goal in myself. And like then I'll feel like, wow, okay, like we're a real business. I mean, we actually have a lot of those steps where even when we, like I said, when we left to make our own LLC, it's like, wow, we're a real business here. But yes, absolutely. Like, when I moved out and like between like the past like year and a half, my business partner and I have been able to give ourselves like 3 raises.
Good.
And it's like really nice. Like money's still really, really tight, but it was really nice to finally see something because I mean we've been treading water for just so long, and there's still so many challenges that come up. But it's absolutely just the walking stage. It's just nice to see like little things. Well, and like my new truck, I have a nice truck now. Before I drove really crappy. It was hand roll windows, manual locks. And it's funny because we used to do a lot of work for a big chain company. And when I would go there, I would see the people that worked at like a basic store, and they had nicer cars than me. You know what I mean? And it was hard to see sometimes. And it's like, man, I'm in this. And it wasn't a beater truck.
But you know what? I'm going to reference Gary Vee right now because he says, drive that piece of crap and live in that studio apartment and cut your finances because, like, especially in your age where you don't have a girlfriend right now, which is not a problem because you're focusing on your business. Like, you're just so goal oriented that all those things don't matter. They're just superficial anyways.
Right.
You know, but ultimately it's nice to reward yourself for all the hard work.
Well, it felt good when I got that truck, which we needed it for work, but it was like I had finally had something I was proud of to drive. And
right.
It was like,
yeah.
It felt, and it was, and I manufactured all of it through the business. Yeah. You know what I mean? This business was enough to get me to something that I actually enjoy to drive, and I wasn't embarrassed in my other truck, but it was just like I said, hand roll windows, manual locks. You know what I mean?
So it was kind of like a step up for you, like for your like personality. How do I say?
Personally.
Yeah. And then but it's also for your business as well. So it's kind of like you get two in one.
Yeah.
So you're like you get out of your house every day. Oh, look at that great truck. And it's like, oh, it's my business truck as well.
Yeah.
So kill two birds with one stone.
Well, it's like my business, you know, what I've done with my business afforded me to have this opportunity to drive something I'm proud of. And it makes it mean that much more to me.
It makes you want to work harder.
Right, it makes me want to keep going. It's like this is like only the first step. And two, it's like I never even when I was driving that truck, like I said, I always look at people's cars, but I always knew like this is what I got to do now. This is what I'll do, and it even came before I even thought. You know what I mean? So as long as I stay focused, like the nice truck that I'm proud to drive, like I didn't think I would have it within under 3 years of owning this business.